La belle époque, oh oh. La belle époque, oh oh. La belle époque, la belle époque.
Well, hello everybody. Yes, it's that time again. It's time for a lipstick break with Lady Yaya. Okay, this lip liner I've had forever, but it's a great color. I don't even remember where I got it. And today I'm losing it a little bit at a time because I use it so much. So I sharpened it this morning. And let me get my little mirror out because I can't see up close because we have to have our magnifying mirrors. So yes, so this is a lipstick that I got from Sheen. It's a nice matte lipstick. And I love wearing it with I love putting it on with a liner. And you can put it on with a pink liner or a brown liner, any color liner. And not red so much. I don't like it with red because then it gets kind of weird color. But a pink liner, like a taupey pink liner or a brown liner. And it looks really good. So I'm gonna put it on and I can show you today. You can see it wore off through the day as usual from talking and drinking my coffee and whatever else. So I was thinking about everybody today, I really like doing these little lipstick breaks. Uh-oh. I can tell I've had this liner for a while. So. Lately, when I do my liner, I don't go all the way out. I overline my lips at here and here, and then I'll go around the lip, and then I'll come in right there. I don't go all the way to the end of my lip because it kind of looks weird. It makes my lip look like it's going drooping. So it creates a more lifted look. And then I'm overlining just a little bit. Working with the wrinkles. Yeah. Trying to create a smooth lips in spite of the wrinkly crinklies around the lips. Okay, so while I'm lining them, we're gonna talk. So, as you know, I'm lifting weights. I'm eating more protein. I'm not eating a lot. I'm not eating a lot of junk food. I'm just making sure I get plenty of protein. I'm getting I'm nourishing my body so that I can lift and work out. And I started this the same time last year doing the same thing. And I screwed up by getting on the scale. And as we all know, girls, muscle weighs more. So I like to line my lips and color here, in here, and in here. And I do the same thing here underneath. So what I did was I went back to intermittent fasting because I got on the scale last year and I had gained a bunch of muscle. There's like this weird phase that you go through where you feel like, especially if you think you're supposed to weigh a certain amount. And that was a big mistake because okay, I'm doing it right here. That was a big mistake because I went off the program, went back to intermittent fasting and just, and ended up losing muscle again and going back to my old pattern. Actually, last spring, almost exactly the same time of year, I started the project and I made the mistake to get on the scale and I must have gained a bunch of muscle because I hadn't gained any inches. I was just freaking out because of that number. Well, guess what? I got on the scale again but I'm not giving up. I'm gonna follow through, but I am lifting heavy, which is what the Dr. Stacy says to do. Lift heavy and make sure you nourish your body. Okay, so let's put on this lipstick. So it just has such a cool look. Okay, so it's a matte look. Okay, and it looks like I plumped my lips. So yeah. So I've been, and the thing is, she's absolutely right. You have to have enough protein in your body before you lift weights. I mean, I'm not talking about eating just before you lift weights. I'm talking about, you know, have a sensible meal for breakfast and maybe an hour or two later, go do your workout. And then afterwards, follow it up with like a protein shake or some cottage cheese and fruit or something. So make sure that, you know, your body knows there's enough fuel coming in there to take care of business. So this is what I'm doing. Yesterday I did heavy leg day. So I also just get on YouTube and take a stretching, I do a stretching video. And I try to do that because the last time I did heavy weightlifting and I was doing squats and all that stuff was years ago. It made me less flexible because I didn't stretch properly after I worked out with weights. And so make sure that you keep your body really flexible. I think it's a problem for men who lift weights. Like my husband, he works at, the kind of work he does, he's a drywall contractor. So he doesn't stretch. And he looks, when he walks, it looks like he's in pain because I do know he has a bad knee. But his muscles seem so tight. So it just seems like his flexibility is not there. So I'm saying if you have muscles, then you need to create nice, lean, stretched out muscles. I just feel that way. I was a dancer for many years, and there was a point where I was lifting weights. I had a gal that was training me, and I really like this color. So this gal was training me, and then she was taking dance lessons in exchange for that. And I'm telling you, I think I was in the best shape of my life. But I was, because I was teaching, I was doing my stretching with class. So, you know, I taught 12 hours a week, and, you know, that's like 12 classes a week, and we stretched out every class. I always ask the girls to stay after 10 to 15 minutes if they want to stretch out with me. I'd stretch them out a little bit at the end of the class, but if they wanted a really good stretch, they could stick around. And so the flexibility was really good. And I was in my 50s, so that I've learned that it doesn't matter how old you are, you could still be flexible and you can still develop the muscle. I'm just not getting on the scale anymore until I've reached my goals. And I'm so excited though, because I feel like everything's gonna be way different now. Nice little beauty break. Yes, actually I'm going home. My husband and I are gonna go for a little walk today on the beach. So I just thought it'd look nice for him. See you soon.